make sure you like this like. Make sure you leave them comments. And don't be a hater. If you feeling my videos, hit the subscribe button. Alright, let's talk about some real shit in this video. You know, when you think of this whole discussion when it comes down to top welterweights, I think this subject right here is pretty deep. It's not just easy to just name the top welterweights without swinging towards a debate or somebody that's going to disagree with you. But I don't mind that. I like disagreements because disagreements, number one, it helps you learn more. Number two, it makes things fun, you know? That being said, as you guys could tell by the title, of course, Floyd Mayweather thinks he is the #1 welterweight. And I'm not knocking him. You know, he beat Manny Pacquiao. He beat Maidana, a good Maidana at the time. Maidana beat Broner. Floyd Mayweather beat Robert Guerrero. He beat Mosley. Floyd Mayweather, he beat Marquez. Floyd Mayweather has a good string of names that could arguably make him the #1 welterweight. The only reason I'm not putting him in my top welterweights is because I don't think Floyd is active in the welterweight division. Yes, you guys, he did just have a fight with Conor McGregor, but I don't count that as a boxing match, yo. I just don't. I just don't. With that being said, now if he would have came back and beat like a Keith Thurman, or yeah, without a doubt, he would be top welterweight. If he would have came back and beat Jesse Vargas, he would have been a top welterweight. Facts. Now don't get it twisted. Floyd Mayweather is a top welterweight, but I'm talking about active fighters that is actively boxing at their weight and facing fighters at their weight. Okay? Now, Floyd Mayweather thinks he's #1. Isn't Floyd supposed to think that? That being said, you guys, let's talk about the top 5 welterweights, in my opinion, besides Floyd Mayweather. You guys get your pen and your paper because I want to know your top 5 as well. Just leave in the comment section. You know how we go about this. With that being said, let's get to the motherfucking video. Got my little list ready. There we go. Okay, man. I'm gonna hit you guys with one more little Thanksgiving video, and I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. You know me, chilling on some Whoppers, you know, munchy life. You know how I go. But with that being said, I'm just talking my shit. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all. In a minute, I'm gonna go chill with the fam bam and shit. Eat, chill, smoke, maybe drink a little bit. Happy, you know how we doing Thanksgiving. But let's get to the video. Okay, before I get into my top 5 welterweights, because I told you guys my welterweights. Me and Monty talked about the top welterweights on the radio call, but I didn't really get in depth about it. You feel me? That being said, let me get deep. Before I get into my top 5, I'm gonna give you guys some honorable mentions. Okay, #1 on my honorable mentions is Jesse Vargas. Okay, don't ask me. I don't really do explaining too much when it comes down to honorable mentions because you're not on top 5. I explain why you're on my top 5. I don't have to explain shit about honorable mention. When you think of a top welterweight, he's up there. Whether you got him top 10 or whatever, Jesse Vargas is up there. Okay, keep the train rolling. Lamont Peterson. Lamont Peterson, I will put him higher, but he don't have many fights at welterweight. If a fight at welterweight, I don't even think he has a fight at welterweight. With that being said, Lamont Peterson is definitely an honorable mention though. #3, Jeff Horn. Jeff Horn, I'm so sorry, but you just beating Manny Pacquiao, debatably beating Manny Pacquiao, is not going to get you on my list. Now, I had you beating Manny Pacquiao, but that's not enough, Jeff Horn, okay? Yes, you're a champion, but I got some good news for you. My top 5 could change any day, any minute. Terrence Crawford. Only reason Terrence Crawford is not on this list is because He hasn't fought at welterweight yet. But it shows you how strong of a presence he's showing in the welterweight division if I have him an honorable mention and he ain't even fought at welterweight yet. That lets you know how strong his position holds place. That being said, let's get to number 5. Number motherfucking 5. Okay, number 5 on my list, y'all. I definitely got Manny Pacquiao. You guys, Manny Pacquiao beat Marquez arguably 3 times. He did it on paper. He beat, a lot of people thought he beat Jeff Horn. He fought Floyd Mayweather. He beat Cotto when Cotto was on at 147. He beat Mosley. There's no reason he beat Jesse Vargas. There's no reason you cannot put Pacquiao number 5 on my list. Only reason I don't have Pacquiao high on my list is because it seems like he's basically retired. You know, with that being said, my list could be easily be changed, yo. Okay. But with that being said, let's get to number 4. Number motherfucking 4. Shawn Porter, yo. Shawn Porter has a crazy resume, even though he's clearly ducking one person. That one person, that speaks for itself. We all know who he's ducking. Other than that, Shawn Porter has a crazy resume. Shawn Porter fought Devin Alexander, Paulie Malignaggi. Oh yeah, and Devin Alexander, that's another honorable mention. I forgot to leave him out. He's definitely in contention. He's definitely a top welterweight for sure. He beat Devin Alexander. He fought Kell Brook, arguably beat Kell Brook in some people's eyes. A lot of people have Keith Thurman as their number 1 welterweight. He arguably beat him. He just beat another solid welterweight that goes by the name of, what's his name, man? The one that fought Broner, Adrian Granados. Yeah. Shawn Porter he beat Andre Berto. Yeah. Shawn Porter, regardless of whatever we say about the ducking and shit, he's definitely a top welterweight. Another thing is this. I also put, if I could do a top 6 welterweight, Danny Garcia would be number 6. So Danny Garcia, I ain't forgot about you. It's just, you just frustrate me, yo. Danny Garcia, you guys have to understand. With Danny Garcia be Lucas Matisse, I was like, oh shit, Danny Garcia, he could be I'm not gonna even waste time because you didn't make it in my list. I told you guys, I don't elaborate on a fighter that's not in the top 5. I don't elaborate on honorable mentions. So with that being said, if I had a top 6, Danny Garcia would be number 6. That being said, let's keep this motherfucking train rolling. And one more thing, not only is Danny Garcia ducking Errol Spence, he's ducking a man that's ducking Errol Spence. Shawn Porter. That being said, let's keep this motherfucking train rolling. Number 3. Number motherfucking 3. Kell Brook, yo. Kell Brook is still a top welterweight. Just because you lose to Errol Spence, that don't mean you're not a top welterweight. Kell Brook beat Shawn Porter, took his title. Kell Brook fought Errol Spence, a person that a lot of people is afraid of, and he still wants the rematch with Errol Spence. I mean, when you talking top welterweight, you're talking Kell Brook, yo. I just feel like Kell Brook. I mean, who do you have beating Kell Brook other than Errol Spence in welterweight? Don't worry, I'll wait. Maybe Keith Thurman. Who else? Don't worry, I'll wait. That being said, let's keep this motherfucking train rolling. Number 2. Number motherfucking 2. Keith Thurman. Now I know some of you guys will say that that Keith Thurman is supposed to be number 1, but here's my thing. That may be true because some people say that Keith Thurman should be number 1 because he beat Danny Garcia and Shawn Porter. The Shawn Porter war was debatable, and not only that, a lot of people have Keith Thurman number 1 is because just because of the skill, because of those 2 wins, right? But just like me. I can't do that, Joe. Just because you're number one on paper, that don't mean I have you number one. It's the same shit going with a clear robbery. You know, Pernell Whitaker clearly beating Julio Cesar Chavez in the first fight, and they called it a draw. Just because it say a draw on paper, we all know what happened in real life. That's right, Keith Thurman. Just because you're number one on paper, that don't mean I have to have you number one. Because I feel like what Keith Thurman is doing is he's holding his belt. He's holding his belts hostage. Not only that, he clearly don't want no parts of Errol Spence. And since I said Errol Spence, that's right. Errol Spence is my number one welterweight, and I'm gonna break it down right now. Number two, Keith Thurman. I just feel like, because if that's the case, everybody could do that. Let's say Errol Spence took Keith Thurman's belt, right? Let's say he took his belt, and then Errol Spence, he took a whole year off and came back and fought bums and said he didn't want to fight. The same thing, all these things that I'm telling you that Errol Spence is doing, that is what Keith Thurman is doing. Keep that in mind. So let's just say Errol Spence beats Keith Thurman, take his two belts. He beats Danny Garcia, take his belt, and then he takes a year off, right? He comes back, he fights bums, he gives Kell Brook a rematch. He fights some more bums. Not even Kell Brook. He gives Leonard Bundle a rematch. Let's just say all those things takes place, right? Do you think I will still have Errol Spence as my number one welterweight? Fuck no. That's right. When it comes down to ducking, that plays a big part when it comes down to my welterweight title, the welterweight king and all that shit. Ducking plays a major factor. Because you can do that. That's just like me. Okay, that's just like we're playing basketball, right? I beat you in a game of basketball, right? I beat a beast in basketball. That makes me the basketball king, right? But I take a year off and I come back and I start facing my little sister. Or I start facing my little brother. Right? Can I still walk around calling myself the basketball king if I'm not facing the people that's arguably better that gave me that king title? No, Keith Thurman, you're not gonna sit around on my list. You're not just gonna sit around and hold the number one spot forever. You dig? And you coming back to beat a Sean Porter, isn't that kind of hustling backwards? Like Monty Brown TV said, and subscribe to Monty Brown TV. He said it's ways around the mandatory. Why don't you give him step aside money? With that being said, yeah, you guys, I said that correctly. Because if Errol Spence beats Keith Thurman and then he takes 2 years off, or he just avoids fighting the number one welterweights besides himself, Errol Spence is not gonna be number one on my list neither. Okay, now let's just get into number one. Number motherfucking one. It's most definitely Errol Spence. Let me tell you why. Number one, I had Keith Thurman. I had not Keith Thurman. I had Kell Brook, number one welterweight, when he had the title. That was my opinion. So Errol Spence beating Kell Brook and taking his title in his hometown made him number one, in my opinion. Don't get me wrong, Keith Thurman was number one as well, but until I told you guys, ducking plays a clear part in my picks for my top welterweights. So the same shit with Triple G. I couldn't get mad when people were saying Triple G was the number one middleweight once upon a time, because everybody was clearly ducking him. Clearly, once upon a time, not everybody wants to fight Triple G. But Errol Spence is my number one welterweight right now, being the fact that everybody is ducking him clearly, except the people who fought him or the people who's gonna fight him. You know, not everybody, but the top welterweights is who's supposed to be Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, Keith Thurman. Clear as day. Matter of fact, it's not even like It's not even like I'm making assumptions that they're ducking him. No, it's a fact they're ducking him. Remember Danny Garcia was all that shit, saying all that shit. Oh, Errol Spence, he needs more fights and blah 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 blah. You know, even picked Kell Brook to beat Errol Spence. He beat Kell Brook, and now you don't even want to speak about him. We know why though. I mean, you don't have to tell us. Then not only that, you're calling out Jeff Horn, but you want no smoke with Errol Spence. That being said, let's keep the train rolling. And then when it comes down to Keith Thurman, like I told you guys, Keith Thurman is the main reason he's number one. Talking about you ain't gonna face Errol Spence in 2019. Why not? You could easily face, even if you want to give Sean Porter a rematch, you could face a bum, face Sean Porter, and you could fight Errol Spence at the end of next year. So you really think I'm gonna let you just sit around and hold that number one spot without facing Errol Spence? No, I'm not. The same shit would have went with Kell Brook. If Kell Brook would have clearly ducked Errol Spence, I would have to snatch Kell Brook on my number one welterweight list. That being said, Errol Spence is the number one welterweight right now, because he's the clearest that's being ducked. You guys, your boy Love one take ducking very seriously.